Hey guys, welcome to the Quantum Christmas Extravaganza. Today is day 6, and over the past few days, if you're new, welcome. I just want to say that this challenge or this series is just about you closing off all the things that no longer serve you, that you do not want to take into this new decade, closing doors, and then getting really clear on what it is you want, and then actually having the tools that you need to create it. So today is day 6, and what we're talking about today is your intuition and how your intuition is actually the key to unlocking what it is you want. So, and it's one of the keys to getting what you want quickly and with ease, because we are talking about quantum and fast tracking yourself, folding time to getting what you want in this new decade and in this new chapter. For some of you, maybe you're not watching this at the start of a new year, maybe you're watching this as you're transitioning through a period of your life. And so in order to step into that next level and get whatever it is that you desire to create, your intuition is going to be a very, very important part. Now, if we think about some of the world's most iconic persons in history, like Einstein or Nikola Tesla, like these people, they all credit, even Steve Jobs, they all talk about the power of intuition and how it led them to creating what it is that they desired. They had a hunch, they had that gut feeling, they had an inner knowing, and they acted upon it, and that is how they are the legends that are of our time, right? And so for you, you are your own version of that. But the only way you can actually live and experience that is if you trust your intuition. And so the thing is, your intuition is always speaking to you. So one of the ways I like to teach my clients about this in Magnetism Unleashed or in my program Seductress, the way I teach them this is that, your intuition is kind of like the voice of God, right? So if you think about it, the power of God is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. So all powerful, all knowing, all seeing. So God knows all things. So if, for example, let's say you're trying to sell a course or you're trying to find your soulmate and you're praying and you're like, oh God, can you help me please to find my soulmate? God, source, universe, that powerful force that created everything that is and everything that will be and everything that has been, is connected to you and is also connected to your soulmate. If you're an entrepreneur, it's connected to you and is connected to your clients. So when you tune into that powerful force and you say, what needs to be done? What steps should I take? Where should I go? How should I speak? What should I say? Who should I talk to? That force, that power is going to give you insight from all across this globe to get you to the result that you want immediately. So you may hear, oh, do a video, oh, talk about this topic. So your intuition is really the voice of God. Now, the reason I talk about it as the voice of God is because I feel like that's one way you can understand how powerful your intuition is. But your intuition is actually within you. Here's why. Remember that as souls, we are living, breathing souls, right? So if you think about it, when God blew the breath of life into man, man became a living soul. So our souls are little pieces of God's breath walking around. So you don't have to do anything to activate your intuition. Your intuition is always there. You are a soul. As long as you're a living, breathing soul, you have the potential to tap into that power that is omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, right? All powerful, all knowing, and all present, right? So when you say, oh my God, can you please show me the way, what needs to happen? And you're hearing, do a video, talk about this topic, talk to that person, call these companies. When you're hearing these insights, those are insights that are coming to you from the divine. That's why we call them divine downloads, right? They're coming to you from the divine, which of course you are tethered to source. You are also a piece of the body of God, right? So it's like when you are listening to that and taking action on that, it works every single time. Because you may not be able to see, because you may not be able to see where to go, to turn right, turn left, but there's this, your intuition has a higher perspective. It's kind of like you're in a maze, right? And your intuition can say, okay, go left, go right. You don't see the end of the road, you don't see the finish line, but you know where you're going, and your intuition knows where you're going and can see the different paths that you need to take. So what needs to happen is that you have to practice trusting yourself. Now, of course, there are different activities that I do with my actual clients to help them to learn how to activate that. And when I tell you about my program Seductress, you'll learn how you can get access to that as well, or Magnetism Unleashed. You learn how you can know when it is your intuition versus when it's fear or when it's conditioning from what you learn from someone else. You'll be able to understand your true intuitive voice versus the noise. But what I want you to know is that whenever you get these intuitive hits and these downloads, the key is to actually take instant action. Because most people, let's be honest, you might get an idea for a video or something to sell or someone to talk to, and maybe you hesitate, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, oh, I'll do it, and then you never do it. And the problem with that is that when you take those actions in the instant when you are getting that download, you are in the frequency of that manifestation. And there are miracles that begin to happen in your life. But when you withhold yourself from taking those instant actions because of fear, what generally happens is you slow down the manifestation. You slow down the process of getting what it is you want. It's kind of like you're standing at a bus stop and you need to go to, let's say you're in New York City and you need to take the Greyhound to Philadelphia, and you're at the bus stop and here comes the bus, right? Which is your idea, the intuitive hit. And the intuitive hit is there, and it's like, come on, come in, like make use of this experience, step into the bus, step out of your comfort zone, step into the unknown. Step into the unknown. And here's this bus ready to take you to Philadelphia, which is where you want to get your Philly cheesesteak. You want to have that experience of a lifetime, but you hesitate. You're like, should I do it now? Should I do it tomorrow? And guess what? The bus leaves. And many other people who also were at the bus stop, they get on the bus and they move forward. And you're like, oh my God, but I had an idea to talk about that topic, or I had an idea to sell something similar, or that's exactly what I wanted to create. Because thoughts and ideas and these intuitive hits, they're being downloaded from the collective consciousness, from the divine, from the power of God. And so if you don't get your ass on that bus immediately, it's not that you can't eventually get to Philly, but like, you'll probably be on the second bus, you'll probably be on the midnight bus, you'll probably be on the bus that comes tomorrow. And maybe that's okay with you, but if you want what you want now and you want to speed up the manifestation, you want to fold time, you want to collapse time, it's very important that when you get those insights, you get on the bus. You take instant action. You allow yourself to trust the intuitive hits you're getting, even when they don't look like they make any sense. And I will share one example of this and then we will close off for today. But I remember I was watching The X Factor, and this was like 2017, and I was pivoting some stuff in my business, and I knew I wanted to work with higher level entrepreneurs and influencers, and like in my one-on-one work, I wanted to work with people at that level. And so I thought to myself, oh my God, but like, why would somebody famous work with me? Like, why would they hire me? Like, who am I? Like, like they make more money than I do. They have more followers than I do. Like, why would they want to work with me? Like, that was the belief that I had, the fear that I had. And I just remembered watching X Factor and seeing, it was the UK X Factor, and I saw this young man who he had so much potential. He sounded so great, but he was so shy. And one of the judges that was assigned to him, I got an intuitive hit to, why don't I call that judge and tell him I'll coach the kid for free? I'm like, okay. So I go on Google and I'm trying to find a contact number for this judge so that I can so that I can train and coach the guy so that he could at least progress in the competition. And guess what? Not only did I find the number of that person, but I found a database that allowed me to access the managers, the publicists of basically every single celebrity that exists on the planet. Like, if I wanted to contact Beyonce's manager, I could, or Justin Bieber's manager, or seriously, like, or the influencers that are big, like their managers, their publicists, like what email address they use, if you want to send them like a PR package, where to send it. And I mean, this is something that I do talk about in my other program, which is Influencer to Icon, which is how to actually get yourself to be the go-to person in your industry. But that apart, that one intuitive hit while watching X Factor to call the judge led me to a resource that would give me access to people I would have never thought was possible. And that actually then led me to thinking about how I could use that tool to help my own clients, right? To become the icons in their own way. So it was just like following the intuitive hit led me to that. And so I just want you to see that like there are miracles ready to happen in your life, but they cannot happen because you are sitting at the bus stop watching the buses pass you by. And I just want to encourage you, today's day 6, get your ass on the bus, do what it is that you're called to do, follow those intuitive hits, because that is how you speed up the manifestation process. And I will see you tomorrow on day 7, and I can't wait. We are going to be going even deeper into the frequency of manifesting, and I'm going to tell you more about my program Seductress, which is the feminine energetics of manifesting, for those of you who are like, oh my god, I want to be in this program. Maybe you want to kick off the new year with me, or this new chapter of your life, depending on when you're watching this. You know, you can come and join me in Seductress, and I'll give you information about that. If you're one of those people who are like, oh my god, I already want the information, all you gotta do is just DM me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Chanel Official. If you're already watching this on Instagram, then just DM me here. And I'll link it below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook and whatever. So I'm so excited for you. Just, yeah, remember, your intuition is something that is connected to every single person. You can actually download information about places, occurrences, situations, people, and when you take action on the inspired hits that you get, that is how you begin. That's not the only step, obviously, but that's how you begin the process of folding time, collapsing time, and creating everything you want in this new chapter of your life. Love you so much, and I'll see you in day 7. If you hear little squeaking in the background, that is my dog. Yeah, so love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. And remember, I want you to comment below with any questions that you have, because on day 10, 11, and 12, I'm going to be answering your questions. So that's what I want you to leave in the comments below today, your comments with your questions, and then I'll be answering them on day 10, 11, and 12, which is actually Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and we'll, you know, chillax together and stuff like that. So talk to you soon.